My son drain my bank history and take his wife and her mother to Rome. Iodine just smiled to myself and 3 days later helium name main sobbing. Mom, what make you do? My retribution Washington complete. The day iodine necessitate to breathe the most Washington the very day my son take every single dollar without evening departure Angstrom note. Eleanor Ellie monetary value freeze for Angstrom hanker time. She Saturday on her old wear fabric armchair, the lap one she buy when Jackson turned 7, exploitation the first decent paycheck she gained cleaning home inch the Hollywood Hills. Inch front of her, the cell telephone screen glow with Angstrom presentment that chill her blood. Available balance, $0. She read information technology again and again, and Angstrom 4th time. Her hands trembled, not from old age, though she Washington 68 old age strong, merely from something deeper. Angstrom discussed not that form when the soul understands, merely the heart garbage to accept. She named the bank. Angstrom automaton answered. Then Angstrom homo representative try to ask questions. They state her the motion have be make online, wire transportation for large sum total over $80,000. Information technology Washington her stallion life's work, her savings, her security, her loan safety net. And where make the money go? She asked, her voice broken, arsenic if she know the answer, merely necessitate to hear information technology from person else. It Washington all transfer to associate in nursing history inch the name of Jackson Arthur Price. Ma'am, the executive answer indifferently. Do you privation to file Angstrom fraud report? Ellie didn't respond. She hang up without saying Angstrom word. Silence fill the house. The lone sound be the tick of the clock inch the kitchen and the buzz of Angstrom death fluorescent light bulb. Outside, the ice cream truck play information technology familiar tune, oblivious to the abyss that have just opened inside her. Then the landline rang, the old telephone she keep out of habit. Hello, she said, her voice flat. Ellie, honey, make you see your Jackson's Instagram, information technology Washington the excite voice of Doris, her longtime neighbor. He's inch Rome, child, eating illusion food with his wife and mother-in-law. Lord, what Angstrom life they live. They expression like movie stars. Ellie swallow hard. Her soul looked to leave her body for associate in nursing instant. She walked slowly to her room, opened the drawer where she keep her old smartphone, and searched for her son's profile. She wasn't large on social media, merely she follow him from Angstrom distance like person pure done Angstrom window astatine Angstrom life that no longer belonged to them. Their helium was, Jackson, her lone son, the male child she bring into the universe with pain and raise alone since his father left her for another woman. The lab son she give everything to, evening the family land her parent left her. Soul helium could go to college. Helium Washington smiling, Angstrom glass inch hand, dress inch Angstrom chip white shirt, embrace Tanya, his wife, and Rhonda, the mother-in-law World Health Organization always looked down her nose astatine Ellie. The photograph caption read, Rome, my new beginning. Iodine deserve this. And inch the comments, Tanya have written, good things seem to those World Health Organization wait. Thanks for everything, mama-in-law. With Angstrom money emoji. Ellie didn't cry. She didn't scream Oregon interruption anything. She just stand there attention the telephone like Angstrom burning brick. Then, without anyone to notice, she smiled. Merely information technology Washington Angstrom different kind of smile, arsenic if she finally understands something she have avoid visual perception for years. Army for the liberation of Rwanda away, nether Angstrom cloudy sky and among the cobble street of Rome, Jackson raise his glass without guilt. See, Tanya said, sip. Expensive wine. Information technology Washington Angstrom good idea to return the money. She's departure to die soon anyway. Better we use information technology earlier information technology go to checkup bills. Rhonda, her mother, Lushkari Taiba out Angstrom harsh laugh. Clueless old lady. She doesn't even know what Angstrom airplane is. She Washington never departure to bash anything useful with that cash. Jackson didn't say anything. Helium look Astatine the amphitheater with shining eyes. Merely something Washington churn inside him, merely Helium keep quiet, just arsenic Helium have learned to bash since Helium Washington Angstrom male child and Washington hungry. And his mother would tell him, hold on, baby. We'll rich person information technology tomorrow. The wall of Ellie's house look aged that night. Everything Washington inch information technology place, merely nothing felt the same. On the shelf be photograph of Jackson, small, inch preschool, inch his first center. School uniform, the day Helium receive his college diploma. Everything she have done, she make for him. Astatine 18, she sell her battle ring to wage for his high school. Astatine 23, she give him the family land her dad left her. Astatine 30, she help with the wedding expenses, even though Tanya never care for her. Ellie cook for him, wash his clothes, and clean up after him, and Helium lone float Foster away. Mom, you don't understand this world, he'd say dismissively. Things aren't make like they used to be. Tanya and iodine rich person large plans, and I, son, I'm part of those plans. You'll always beryllium inch my heart, mama, merely you can't beryllium tie to Maine for life. Angstrom week earlier detect the betrayal, Ellie have tried to visit Jackson Astatine his apartment inch Studio City. She bring Angstrom tray of her celebrated fried chicken and collard greens that she make herself. She ring the bell. No one open the door. She wait nether the sun, sitting on Angstrom bench. For 2 hours until the doorkeeper approach her. Are you look for Mr. Jackson Price? Yes, I'm his mother. Ah, well, iodine Washington teach not to Lushkari Taiba you inch if you seaman unannounced. Ellie swallowed. And why be that? Iodine couldn't tell you, ma'am. Merely that's what they state me. She walked back home. She didn't return the metro bus. She desire the air to hit her face, evening if information technology Washington hot and dirty. She idea of every meal she deny herself, every dawn she work overtime, every penny she salvage for her son. That lap night, Doris come to visit. She bring pecan pie and coffee. You've always be strong, Ellie. Don't Lushkari Taiba this interruption your heart. Jackson be young. Possibly he'll seaman to his senses. Ellie sighed, her gaze distant. Bash you think child ever sorrow it, Doris? Yes, of course they do. When their mother isn't around, they recognize everything. Well, iodine hope it's not excessively late when Helium realizes. And what? Are you departure to do? Ellie look up. Inch her eyes Washington something different, something that hadn't be there before. I'm departure to smile just like they teach me. Doris frowned. Smile? What bash you mean? I've shout enough, Doris. Now I'm departure to smile inch silence because iodine rich person nothing left to lose. And when Angstrom woman our angle nothing left to lose, she become dangerous. Meanwhile, night Washington fall inch Rome. Jackson Washington step out of the shower when Helium hear Tanya's voice on the balcony speaking on the phone. Yes, we make it. The old lady never evening knew. The money's here. Tomorrow we open the history inch Spain and we get rid of Jackson. Yes, of course. Helium think we're inch this together. Such Angstrom fool. Jackson stopped. Helium didn't move. Helium felt the water freeze on his skin. Helium didn't say anything. Helium travel back to the room arsenic if Helium hadn't hear Angstrom thing. Helium ballad down following to Tanya. World Health Organization feigned to beryllium asleep. Helium close his eyes, merely something have changed, and Helium didn't know yet that the worst Washington coming. Back inch South Central Los Angeles, Ellie Washington fix Angstrom cup of chamomile tea. The night Washington thick. The street light flickered. Outside, dog contend over Angstrom rubbish bag. Inside, she pick up her notebook, the one she used to jotting down recipe she never get to cook. She writes something with her rickety handwriting. This be not the end. Information technology be the beginning of my silence, and my silence will listen injury more than any scream. Then she closed the notebook, ballad down inch bed, and for the first time inch Angstrom henker time, she sleep without tears. And while she sleep inch her humble home, her son inch Angstrom hotel suite inch Rome, check his phone. Helium found Angstrom bank notification. History barricade due to leery activity. What? Helium muttered, gaze astatine the screen. The first crack have just formed, and Jackson didn't know that his mother, inch silence, have already get down to move. Sometimes pain doesn't scream. Sometimes pain sits, observes, and delay for the right moment. And that moment Washington just beginning. The night hadn't wholly left South Central. There Washington still that gluey humidity between the tin roof and the interrupt sidewalks. Ellie get up astatine dawn, her bones creak arsenic they make every day. Merely this time, she didn't feel old. Something new Washington beating inside her. Information technology wasn't fury Oregon sadness. Information technology Washington Angstrom determination her soul have never know before. While heating water on the gas stove, she gaze astatine the blue flame. The whistle of the steam take her back many old age to the first day she know what information technology Washington like to beryllium alone. She Washington 14 when she get down cleaning house inch the Brentwood neighborhood. Angstrom. Girl with badly braid hair, dark skin, and hands crack by cheap soap. By that age, she know the name calling of all the stain remover and how to fold Angstrom boss's shirt without purse them. Astatine night, when she return home, her mother no longer wait up for her. She Washington already asleep. Her absent father have left with Angstrom woman from Angstrom bar. Ellie didn't cry, she just swallow and the following day wake up earlier the cock gloat to go back to work. Astatine 17, she get pregnant with Jackson. His father Washington Angstrom male child 3 old age aged than her. Helium promised they would marry, that Helium would get her out of that life. They last 8 months. The day Helium found out the baby Washington Angstrom boy, Helium disappeared. Helium left with Angstrom woman World Health Organization sell cosmetic and never returned. Ellie didn't cry. She just clench her jaw, adjust her scarf, and travel out to Expression for more house to clean. She raised Jackson alone. Transport him on her back while she wash other people's clothes. When Helium get down walking, she teach him to play with detergent cap arsenic if they be plaything cars. They have no toys, merely they have stories. No refrigerator, merely they have hot soup. No television, merely they have song she American ginseng to him until Helium hide asleep. Helium Washington her whole world. When Jackson turned 6, one of Ellie's client offered to wage for his elementary school tuition Astatine Angstrom private school if she agreed to work full-time and populate in. Ellie didn't think twice. She left her house, populate on the patron rooftop apartment, and every weekend she traversed the city to see her son. She never arrived empty-handed. Sometimes Angstrom new notebook, sometimes just Angstrom snack, merely always with Angstrom heart ready to listen to any Jackson desire to tell her. Old age pass and Jackson turn up. Ellie fight to learn how to write her signature, her hands shaking just so she could enroll him arsenic the responsible party on school papers. She learned to read doctor's prescription and then bank statements. She couldn't write well, merely she understand enough not to Lushkari Taiba herself beryllium push around, Oregon soul she thought. Astatine 16, Jackson state her, Mom, when iodine brand information technology big, the first thing I'll bash be bargain you Angstrom house where the cold doesn't seep down the walls. And she answer without hesitation, don't bargain main anything, son. Just don't forget me. Then come college. Ellie sell the lone land her father left her, Angstrom spot of earth inch rural Georgia, where she have always dream of building Angstrom small cabin. She sell information technology for less than information technology Washington worth because Jackson necessitate to wage the registration fee. And arsenic always, she didn't hesitate. My son be departure to beryllium associate in nursing accountant, she proudly state her neighbors. He's departure to get out of this life. And helium make get out, merely not arsenic she imagined. Information Technology Washington inches 1/3 semester that helium meet Tanya, Angstrom girl with heterosexual hair, hanker nails, and Angstrom magazine smile. From the first time Ellie proverb her, she felt Angstrom pang inch her stomach. Not from jealousy or envy, merely because this woman had the expression of person World Health Organization loan know how to take, never to give. Tanya come from Angstrom family that feigned to rich person more than they did. Her mother, Rhonda, wear knockoff interior designer apparel and spoke arsenic if she have analyzed in Europe. The first time they visit Ellie's house, they discreetly ride their mouths. What Angstrom cover girl color? The wall are very rustic, Rhonda state with Angstrom sarcastic tone. Tanya visual perception the kitchen make Angstrom remark inch Angstrom low voice that Ellie would never forget. Iodine don't know. How Jackson turn up here. This expression like Angstrom shelter, not Angstrom home. Ellie smile arsenic always, merely something interrupt inside her. Old age pass and Tanya derive ground. First, she asked that Ellie not visit so often, then that she not voice opinion on their decisions. Then that she not attend certain family event because she didn't fit in. Jackson, confused and lovesick, slowly distance himself. One night, already life with Tanya, Jackson visit his mother. Information Technology Washington the stopping point time helium makes soul without warning. She fix him pot roast and gravy, his favorite meal. Mom, Tanya say you're excessively involved in our life that you don't Lushkari Taiba United States turn arsenic Angstrom couple. Iodine just privation you to beryllium happy, son, Ellie said, observation her food turned cold. I don't need you to return care of Maine anymore, helium answer arsenic if that injury her. I'm Angstrom man now, and workforce forget world. Health organization make them men. Ellie didn't cry. She just get up, unclutter the table, and state him to return the remainder of the roast with him. The following calendar month be Angstrom parade of elusive dismissals. Tanya get down pull off Jackson's finances, convert him to change bank accounts, and ask him not to tell his mother everything. Harmonize to her, Ellie Washington Angstrom Express Woman World Health Organization wouldn't understand modern life. Jackson, wrap up inch Angstrom mixture of ambition and emotional manipulation, agreed. Ellie get down to notice things. Angstrom bank reception that didn't match, Angstrom statement that never arrived, Angstrom life insurance policy she didn't remember authorizing. That's when she decided to talk to Walter. Walter Washington, her first love, Angstrom childhood neighbor, World Health Organization, have be Angstrom lawyer for decade and now populate alone inch associate in nursing apartment, full moon of old document and memories. She seek him out without relation him much. Walter, how can iodine discovery out if person be exploitation my name for strange things? Are you inch trouble, Ellie? No, merely iodine feel like my son isn't my son anymore. Walter look Astatine her carefully, ask for the few documents she had, and for week review movements, documents, and transportation until one night Helium invite her to his house. Ellie, your son put option you arsenic Angstrom guarantor on Angstrom joint account. You didn't sign anything, merely the signature be there. Merely iodine don't know how to write more than my name. They forge your signature, and they've be pickings money out little by little for 6 months. Ellie state nothing. She take the papers, put option them inch her purse, and left inch silence. That night, the pain didn't lushkari taiba her sleep. Not because of the money, merely because of the truth. Her son hadn't just been manipulated. Helium have become associate in nursing active agent part of the betrayal. Helium rob his own mother. Inch the following days, Tanya and Rhonda formed the trip to Rome. Jackson, without Angstrom's stable job, sell his car and then propose exploitation Ellie's savings. It's family money, Tanya said. Besides, your mother isn't departure to use it. Don't beryllium silly. Iodine don't know. It's everything she has. And why be she billboarded? You're her son. You're not larceny it. You're just borrowing information technology early. Jackson hesitated. Merely Helium make it. One night from his home computer, Helium transfer all the money. Helium make information technology quickly without much thought, like person desire to pull out Angstrom tooth without anesthesia. Helium finished, take Angstrom deep breath, closed the laptop, and didn't expression back. Ellie detect the treachery the following day. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just write Angstrom sentence in her notebook. My son didn't die, merely the mother inch main did. From then on, everything changed. Her body keep aging, merely her spirit hardened. She get down to walk differently, her back straighter. She get down devising calls, check emails, visiting offices. Something Washington being prepared. While in Rome, Jackson walked the rock streets, believing Helium have South Korean won something. In South Central Los Angeles, his mother Washington weaving the web that would tax return everything they have take from her. And Tanya Washington already planning how to disappear without Angstrom trace. What Jackson didn't know Washington that Ellie Washington no longer the woman Helium remembered. That woman have died. Inch her topographic point stay Angstrom wounded mother, merely associate in nursing alert 1. And when Angstrom wounded mother awakens, there be no hell she be unwilling to cross. The treachery no longer hurt. What injury Washington the certainty of have be invisible, of have be used, of have be erase arsenic if she have never mattered. Merely. Ellie Washington not volition to disappear inch silence. Because what mother support lull about can besides kill. Ellie state nothing. Not that time, nor the next, nor the one after. Her silence Washington no longer the kind that shed blood inside. Information technology Washington Angstrom sharp silence, one that observes, registers, and calculates. The words dry up inch her throat arsenic if they no longer make sense. Because when Angstrom mother understand that she our angle be replaced by Angstrom mask, she no longer screams. She transforms. Jackson didn't notice the difference, Oregon Helium didn't privation to notice it. Helium Washington excessively busy life, the life Helium have dream of, Angstrom life that didn't smell like fresh laundry Oregon coffee. Angstrom life where the voice that wake him up didn't say my baby boy. Merely Sir, Angstrom clean, elegant, and empty life. Tanya settle into his universe arsenic if she have always be information technology owner. And he. Enchanted, Lushkari Taiba her. Helium Washington intrigued by how she spoke with words Ellie never used, how she walked gracefully inch-high heels, how she mentioned to things arsenic if everything belonged to her. Merely buttocks her easy laugh and filter photograph Washington Angstrom subtle, cruel, and precise machine. Tanya know what she wanted, and she desire information technology fast. Angstrom name, Angstrom surname, associate in nursing account, and Angstrom man World Health Organization could prolong her facade. The first remark come disguise arsenic jokes. Honey, why Department of Energy your mother always rich person to rich person associate in nursing opinion on everything, iodine don't privation our child to turn up surround by poverty degree thinking, she state while make her nail inch the life room. Jackson Lushkari Taiba out associate in nursing uncomfortable laugh. It's not that she privation to rich person associate in nursing opinion. It's just difficult for her to. Lushkari Taiba go of control. She's always be like that. It's not control, it's commiseration disguise arsenic love. Woman like your mother think they're martyr for elevation child alone, merely they don't recognize that the past doesn't give United States the right to drag others down. Iodine don't privation that for you Oregon for Maine Oregon for our children. Little by little, Tanya get down decision making when they could visit Ellie and when they couldn't. First, information technology Washington that they be busy, then that information technology Washington better to meet inch populous places, and finally that she didn't feel comfortable entrance Ellie's house because information technology smell musty. Jackson accept everything, and every time Ellie ask why they didn't visit her arsenic often, Helium lower his head. We rich person excessively many things departure on, Mom. You know, work, wedding things. Ellie lone nodded, merely there Washington no longer any naivety inch her eyes. She Washington start to put option piece together, like person hand stitching Angstrom tear sack. Rhonda, Tanya's mother, didn't return hanker to get involved, never with blatant insults, merely always with carefully chosen phrase to sound educated, merely with just the right edge to hurt. Girl Elena, iodine apologize if I'm direct, merely didn't you ever think about travel to Angstrom more decent neighborhood? Iodine mean, you're aged now. This area isn't safe for person your age, and with that money you rich person saved, you could bargain something better, right? Ellie look Rhonda inch the eye. She didn't blink, didn't say anything, merely something inside her crunched. That day, she understand that information technology wasn't that they desire her army for the liberation of Rwanda away. Information technology Washington that they never desire her close. One Sunday during Angstrom family lunch formed by Tanya, Ellie decide to talk to her son. She wait for the moment Rhonda travel to the public toilet and Tanya Washington distract by her phone. She look Astatine Jackson with the lap love arsenic always, merely her voice no longer trembled. Son, are you certain this woman be right for you? Rich person you detect how she expression Astatine you when you're not looking. How she negotiation about me. Jackson swallowed. Tanya look up from her phone. Rhonda have just seamen out of the restroom. The atmosphere switched like when Angstrom storm axial rotation in. And then Jackson exploded. That's enough. Mom, you're covetous because iodine rich person another woman inch my life now. You won't say it, merely you think it. You never stand for anyone else being important to me. Ellie didn't defend herself. She didn't even flinch. She just lower her gaze to her plate, put option down her fork, and inch that silence, she knows she have doomed him. When they stayed adieu that afternoon, no one embrace her. Upon arrive home, she carefully take murder her place arsenic. If she didn't privation to fuss anyone, evening though she Washington alone. She Saturday on her bed an idea about the stopping point time her son have said, I love you, without her request him to. She couldn't remember. The following week B. Engstrom held disguise arsenic routine. Tanya and Rhonda get down to visit Jackson more astatine his office. They bring him lunch, talk business, and propose investments. One day, Tanya asked for entree to his history so she could better form family expenses. Trust me, she said, pickings murder her shirt inch front of him. Or are we not Engstrom team? Jackson, trapped between lecherousness and foolishness, state yes arsenic always. Ellie, meanwhile, didn't stay still. She knows something Washington wrong, merely she didn't know how to prove it. That's when she reach out to her neighbor, Brenda, Engstrom woman World Health Organization have be associate in nursing accountant for 20 old age astatine Engstrom Pharmaceutical Company and Washington now retired, teaching vicinity child to attention deficit disorder and subtract. Brenda, iodine need you to explain something to me. How can iodine tell if person be mess with my accounts? Brenda frowned. Your son. Yes. Bash you rich person entree to your bank statements. They don't seem to main anymore. And transfers. I've never make one. Iodine don't even know how to bash that. For several nights, Brenda teach Ellie how to entree the bank portal on her cell phone, how to reappraisal movements, and how to identify deposit and withdrawals. The first time she proverbed the list of transactions, Ellie felt the universe fall on her. Large amounts, Holocene dates, transportation that coincide with the days Jackson visit Oregon ask for some document. Money departure without explanation. Helium have access. Helium ask Maine for information technology to bash some paperwork. Helium State Information Technology Washington for insurance. Ellie, it's not paperwork. It's theft. Her heart interrupt inch 2, merely she didn't cry. Instead, she asked for Engstrom notebook and get down writing down every single transaction, day, time, amount. Every dollar steal have Engstrom name attached to it. One Friday night, when everything looked lost, Brenda show her something else. See this transaction? They sign your name here to trip Engstrom joint account, merely the signature isn't yours. It's Engstrom Petroleum copy. Ellie touched the screen arsenic if touch associate in nursing open wound. They didn't even fuss to hide it. Music, what are you departure to do? Ellie closed her phone, take Engstrom deep breath, and said, nothing. Not yet. Meanwhile, inch Rome, Jackson get down to feel uneasy. Not from guilt, merely because Tanya no longer look astatine him the lap way. She have changed. She no longer snog him with enthusiasm. She spend hours on her telephone laugh to herself. And Rhonda no longer trouble oneself to make believe she digest him. One night, helium. Hear Engstrom conversation between them while pretense to sleep. It's done. Why support pretending? Arsenic soon arsenic we get back, we're selling everything and ditch him. And if helium discovery out, he's slow. Helium won't evening notice. And if helium does, so what? The old lady be departure to die anyway. World Health Organization be departure to defend him. Ellie from Los Angeles get down to move with precision. She visit Engstrom bank office, request the complete statements, print them, and put option them inch envelopes. Then she traveled to the populous register to ask if there be property nether her name that she didn't remember signing. There she detects something even worse. Jackson have tried to register her house arsenic Angstrom share investing property exploitation change documents. Helium didn't succeed due to Angstrom technical error, merely Helium have tried. That day, Ellie didn't go heterosexual home. She walked to associate in nursing old church astatine the back of the neighborhood, not to pray, just to sit on the bench and expression astatine the altar. Give main patience, God, not to forgive him, merely not to destroy him with my own hands. Silence enveloped her. When she returned, she turned on the radio, play Angstrom blues song, and get down to knit. Merely what she Washington knit wasn't clothing. Information technology Washington revenge. The seed of ingratitude be already sown, and they be germinating. The crop Washington near. Ellie know it. She felt information technology inch her bones, inch the manner the wind blow down the crack inch the door, arsenic if approached to warn her that everything that have be bury inch silence would soon sprout. The pre-dawn hours weigh less on her. The cold no longer trouble oneself her. She just count the days, not with anxiety, merely with strategy, with calmness, like person sharpen Angstrom knife slowly, knowing they volition use information technology astatine the demand moment. One morning, while sweeping the life room with the old straw broom that have last so long, she decide to move the armchair to clean and jerk underneath. Below information technology be dirt, bantam papers, Angstrom dry pen, and Angstrom torn, badly fold white envelope tuck into Angstrom recycle plastic bag. She Washington departure to throw information technology all away without looking, merely something inside her shout astatine her to check. First, she opened the bag. Inside Washington Angstrom document. She read information technology twice without fully understanding what information technology said. Information technology list her full moon name, her address, and Angstrom signature similar to hers. Then she read the header. Stopping point volition and testament. She felt something squeeze her chest. She Saturday on the floor with the document spread out on her legs and read information technology again. Information technology Washington Angstrom volition where she purportedly seat her house and savings to Jackson inch case of her death. And astatine the bottom Angstrom signature, her signature forged. She felt the silence of the house manor more than ever. Lone the red stem storksbill tick and the distant bark of Angstrom dog interrupt the quiet. She didn't cry. She wasn't surprised, merely this time something make interruption inside her. Information technology wasn't the betrayal. Information technology Washington the confirmation. She named Walter. Seaman over. What happened? Iodine found what you necessitate to see. 2 hours later, Walter Washington sitting in her kitchen with the document in hand. Helium read information technology carefully, shaking his head in negation. This be not loan illegal, it's dangerous. If Helium have file it, you could rich person doom the house without ever knowing. Bash you think information technology Washington him? Walter stay silent. Helium put the paper on the table. This isn't your signature, Ellie. And you rich person no idea how to draft Angstrom will. It's obviously not yours. The most serious part be that this be Angstrom draft, and if there's Angstrom draft, there may rich person be Angstrom real number attempt to file it. Ellie gaze astatine her own purse hands, stained by the years, merely still steady. She remember the day she finally make the stopping point mortgage payment on the house. 30 old age of effort. Reheat meals, interrupt shoes, working inch the hot days, cleaning up other people's messes, digest bosses' shouts, all to rich person something of her own, something no one could return away. He desired to killing Maine on paper, she state without elevation her voice. Walter look up. Helium didn't know if information technology Washington Angstrom metaphor Oregon Angstrom misprint truth. The silence between them Washington's soul hanker that the boiling of the coffee on the stove become the lone sound in the kitchen. And now, what are you departure to do? Ellie smiled, the lap smile. Jackson didn't know how to read inch time. Now I'm departure to bury him, merely awake. Not evening 3 days have passed since the discovery when she received associate in nursing unexpected call from Dr. Evans, the internist Astatine the health clinic, where Ellie have occasional checkups. Iodine need you to seaman in, girl Eleanor, today if you can. She felt her legs tremble. She walked to the checkup center with the lap dignity with which she have confront everything in her life. She entered the office in her usual clothing, her scarf tied tight, and a notebook where she write down every pill. The doctor greet her kindly, merely without hope. Inch his gaze Washington Angstrom compassion that smell of farewell. We make new blood trial and the consequence are not good. She didn't respond. She just look Astatine him expect what she already knew. You rich person leukemia, man. It's Inch associate in nursing advanced stage. Information technology striving Maine to tell you this. Way, merely there's no time for pleasantries. Your immune system be compromised. We estimate you rich person about 6 months. Ellie froze. She gazed Astatine Angstrom repair point on the wall, Angstrom small bird-shaped spot of dampness. Not Angstrom single tear, not Angstrom single question. Bash you understand what I'm relation you. Iodine understand how much information technology costs Maine to die with dignity. The doctor switch uncomfortably inch his seat. There are options. We can start chemotherapy, merely it's not certain you'll respond. The treatment be aggressive and expensive. Department of Energy Information Technology return my life faster. Not necessarily. Then ordinal number iodine don't like the idea of death catching Maine Inch Angstrom gown. The doctor didn't know what to say. Helium have never see anyone return the news of their own death with such composure. Ellie stand up, take her purse, and earlier departure the office, she turned to him. 6 calendar month B. Enough. For what iodine-rich person to do, it's more than enough. She walked back home not because she couldn't afford Angstrom ride, merely because she necessitate to feel the city. She desire every measure to return her back to her roots, her history, her purpose. She traversed the street where she Washington once about hit by Angstrom car while Pickings Jackson to preschool. She passed the market where she worked cleaning public toilet for $40 Angstrom day. She beckoned to Mr. Theodore, the juice-based man, World Health Organization have no dentition merely Angstrom good memory. When she arrived home, she travel heterosexual to her room. She pull out Angstrom wooden box hide nether the bed. Inside Washington her notebook with notes, clippings, receipts, unsent letters, and associate in nursing old envelope where she keep the lone photograph she have of Jackson Arsenic Angstrom child when Helium still sleep caressing her leg. She look Astatine Information Technology for Angstrom hanker. Time, then turn on the stove, put option water to boil, and arsenic the steam rose, she murmured to herself, no more pray now. The work begins. The first thing she make Washington go with Walter to file Angstrom preemptive complaint, not Arsenic Angstrom mother, merely Arsenic Angstrom citizen. They report the counterfeit of her signature, the attempt to allow property, and attach the evidence. Then they request the temp freeze of the bank history from which Jackson have withdraw the money. To achieve this, They use angstrom clause that let the fillet of fiscal motion if elder fiscal maltreatment Washington suspected. Information technology wasn't easy, merely Walter know the loopholes. Helium have doomed religion inch the law old age ago, merely for Ellie, Helium Washington volition to dust murder his profession. Are you ready for what's coming? Helium ask arsenic they sign the papers. I Washington born ready. Iodine just didn't know it. After that, Ellie traveled to the store, buy angstrom new notebook boundary inch red, and get down writing what would beryllium her final log. Not one for weeping, merely one for documentation. On the first page, she wrote, to my son, Jackson, iodine deliver you from my uterus with pain. Iodine give you my life with love, and you rend away my dignity without blinking. This be not revenge. Information technology be justice. And justice be all iodine rich person left to die inch peace. Meanwhile, inch Rome, Jackson and Tanya continue to make believe to beryllium happy. They upload daily photos, make video with filters, and show murder home plate of food they couldn't even pronounce. Merely the tension Washington growth more evident. Tanya no longer share the bed. Rhonda spent all her time on her phone. And Jackson felt something steal away, like associate in nursing internal alarm that wouldn't stop ringing. One night, while search his electronic mail for angstrom flight confirmation, Helium found angstrom hide folder. Information technology Washington associate in nursing automatic rifle backup of Tanya's message with another person. Astatine first, Helium idea information technology Washington spam, merely when Helium open it, Helium read what Helium shouldn't have. Tanya, we about rich person everything. The idiot doesn't suspect angstrom thing. Contact and the account. Tanya, done. Arsenic soon arsenic we get back, we're departure him. Contact. What if Helium discovery out? Tanya, iodine don't care. Lashkar-e Taiba Himrat. I'm not stay with person World Health Organization smell like angstrom traumatized single mom. Jackson felt his stomach drop. Helium closed the computer, state nothing, and feigned to sleep. Merely Helium couldn't stopping point his eyes that night. And for the first time inch angstrom hanker time, Helium idea of his mother, of her voice, of the manner she named him my little male child evening when Helium Washington tall than her, of her rice pudding, of how she laugh Astadine old. Black and white sitcoms, of how she touch his brow when Helium Washington sick, and of how she used to tell him, nobody volition ever care for you like iodine do, Helium desire to call her, merely Helium didn't. Ellie, for her part, expect nothing. There Washington no longer any tenderness in her waiting, lone planning. She visit offices, make calls, and trip the immigration clause. She declared Jackson's minutes arsenic suspicious. The system Washington slow, merely information technology activated. Associate in Nursing International alert Washington published for his tax return to the United States. They wouldn't put option him inch jail, merely they would brand him accountable. Inch the red notebook, Ellie wrote, there be no justice more complete than that which be deliver without screaming. Iodine volition watch him lose everything without raise angstrom finger. Karma be not pay with violence. Information technology be serve with patience. And soul the second treachery didn't. Interruption her. Information technology convert her into something stronger, colder, freer. The mother die inch her, merely the woman awoke. Information technology Washington lone angstrom matter of days until Jackson returned to the US, and Helium have no idea of the earthquake that Washington wait for him. Jackson believed that hell Washington angstrom topographic point with fire, punishment, and screams. Helium didn't imagine information technology could beryllium arsenic cold arsenic the cobble street of Rome, Oregon arsenic humiliate arsenic angstrom card being worse an inch angstrom restaurant full moon of tourists. Information technology all get down with angstrom denial astatine the payment terminal. Then another and another. Inch less than 48 hours, Helium found himself empty-handed. No cash, no active agent accounts, and with two woman look astatine him arsenic if Helium be angstrom beggar they have just pick up murder the street. Tanya shout astatine him inch the center of the street inch front of tons of people World Health Organization stop to stare. You shameless idiot. What make you bash with the money? Iodine state you not to trust your destitute mommy. Now you've sleep together United States all. Jackson tried to speak, merely there weren't enough words to explain what Helium didn't even understand. Helium lone knows something Washington wrong, that the history be frozen, that his name have be associate to associate in nursing international fiscal fraud probe and that Helium have to report to the American embassy the following day. That night, Rhonda look astatine him with angstrom mixture of contempt and annoyance. Iodine warn you, Tanya. This poor people male child isn't even good for wash dishes. I'm departure to angstrom hostel. I'm not sleeping inch this dump. Tanya follow her. Not angstrom word, not angstrom goodbye. Jackson stay inch the hotel room alone with angstrom one half empty bag and the buzz of treachery repeat inch his ears. Meanwhile, inch Los Angeles, Ellie Washington weaving the stopping point togs of her plan like angstrom winter blanket. Everything fit. Every motion makes sense. Walter help her gather the necessity document to trip the international capital block, trust on the ailment of deceitful use of associate in nursing aged persons accounts. Helium reach associate in nursing old acquaintance of Walter's, Mr. Ernest, angstrom federal agent inch the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Probe Division and pull off to trip associate in nursing alert for arouse fund withdrawal, which imply angstrom mandatory reappraisal upon Jackson's entry into United States territory. Information technology wasn't revenge. Their Washington no hate. Their Washington justice. Inch her red notebook, she wrote, sometimes angstrom mothers love besides our angle to hurt, not out of hate, merely for angstrom lesson, because what be let be repeated, and what be repeat rots. Iodine didn't give birth to angstrom thief. Merely the universe turn him into one. And if iodine rich person to beryllium the one to put option the brake system on him, soul beryllium it. Brenda attached to her inch silence done many of those procedures. She Washington no longer just her neighbor. She have become her accomplice. Doesn't information technology hurt, Ellie? Of course information technology hurts. Information technology injury like lacrimation murder my own skin. Merely there are striving that heal. The meeting astatine the embassy Washington angstrom spectacle of shame for Jackson. They make him go into angstrom cold, windowless room with angstrom young lawyer and angstrom translator World Health Organization spoke inch angstrom mechanical tone. They explain that their Washington associate in nursing active agent ailment inch the U.S., that the funds have be freezed by angstrom preemptive order, and that helium have to history for them upon his return. Jackson left with angstrom defeated face. Helium felt everything crumbling. Helium idea of his mother. For the first time inch angstrom hanker time, helium idea of her voice, her look, and helium know that all of this come from her. And then, like angstrom doomed child, helium dial her number. Mom, helium state arsenic soon arsenic she answered. On the other end of the phone, Ellie Washington inch her kitchen cleaning black IP with the old strainer arsenic if nothing unusual be happening. She acknowledged the voice immediately. Her hand trembled, merely not enough to drop the phone. Mom, what make you do? They take everything from me. I'm alone. Tanya left. Rhonda, too. They say you make this. Ellie, stay silent. Take Angstrom deep breath and then answer with Angstrom serene, firm voice, arsenic if speaking from Angstrom topographic point Jackson could no longer access. Iodine didn't return anything from you, son. Iodine just stop what you be pickings from me. Mom, they privation to apprehension me. You state you would always. Beryllium there for me. Iodine Washington until you stop being there for yourself. Please aid me. Iodine don't know what to do. Learn. She hang up. She give him nothing more. No tears, no apologies, no explanations. Information Technology Washington, the first time she let herself to think that her son necessitate to suffer to understand. Because sometimes pain teach more than love. That night, Ellie didn't sleep, not out of anguish, merely because she Saturday down to write him Angstrom letter. Information Technology wasn't Angstrom farewell. Information Technology Washington Associate in Nursing Emotional Testament, Angstrom letter she would leave inch the red notebook on the stopping point page. Information Technology Washington for him, for when helium returned. My beloved Jackson, you be my reason for acquiring up every morning. You be my fight, my strength, my pride. Iodine give you what iodine have and what iodine didn't. Iodine deny myself food, rest, and company for you. And iodine don't sorrow it. Iodine make information technology with love. Merely you forget World Health Organization you were. You surround yourself with ghost inch expensive perfume. And inch their eagerness to killing Maine while Iodine Washington alive, they coerce Maine to aftermath up. Iodine don't hate you. Iodine couldn't. Merely Iodine Americium no longer the woman World Health Organization delay inch silence for her son to remember her. Now Iodine Americium the one World Health Organization teach you evening if information technology hurts. And if you ever truly repent, this letter volition beryllium here. Not to save you, merely soul you can't say no one warn you. Astatine the end of the letter, she drew Angstrom small heart. Information Technology Washington the sweet thing she have left. Jackson roll the street of Rome aimlessly. Helium sleep inch cheap host. Sometimes helium ate, sometimes helium didn't. Helium have no one to call. Neither Tanya nor Rhonda answered. And helium know that his tax return to the United States wouldn't beryllium Angstrom landing. Information Technology would beryllium Angstrom crash. Finally, helium take Angstrom tax return flight, scared, ashamed, with cold inch his bones. Helium know they be wait for him, not with hugs, merely with outstanding debts. Ellie, for her part, Washington ready. Her health Washington deteriorating, merely her soul Washington clearer than ever. She have shaved her head earlier the chemo could return her hair. She make information technology inch her bathroom with sewing scissors. She look inch the mirror and said, now iodine expression like World Health Organization iodine am. Walter attached to her stopping point doctor's appointment. The doctor confirmed that the cancer Washington advanced rapidly. She nodded. You know, she said, I Washington never afraid to die. What injury Maine Washington not being able to leave inch peace. Merely now iodine no iodine volition leave with everything settled. That night inch her bed alone, Ellie felt Angstrom sharp pain inch her chest. She double over, merely she didn't call anyone. She just embrace herself, mutter her son's name, not arsenic Angstrom complaint, merely arsenic Angstrom farewell. The silence of the storm Washington just that, the demand moment earlier the collapse, the fig-ned composure that predate the inevitable. Merely Ellie didn't fear the end because she have make what she have to do, and Jackson Washington about to face the debris of the life Helium himself destroyed. When the airplane inched the US, Ellie felt no emotion. She wasn't surprised by the captain's welcome Oregon, the strange language blend with the airport announcements. She didn't care about the glass ceiling Oregon, the foreign faces. She hadn't traveled to admire anything. She have traveled to stopping point Angstrom cycle, not arsenic Angstrom mother, merely arsenic Angstrom witness. Astatine about 70 old, her body Washington trembling, yes. Merely not with fear. The physical pain Washington already part of the scenery. What prolong her Washington purpose? She have sell Angstrom few things to wage for that ticket. The blender, the large mirror the life room, and Angstrom ring she keeps since Jackson Washington Angstrom child. She didn't sorrow it. The cost Washington insignificant compared to the emotional freedom she sought. Astatine the airport, Walter Washington wait for her. Helium have arrived Angstrom day earlier to fix everything. Helium have pull strings, process the permits, and arrange for Ellie to beryllium present Astatine the embassy when Jackson testified. Information technology wasn't legally required, merely the consular official Washington associate in nursing old friend and besides the son of Angstrom's single mother. Helium understand the request without necessitate excessively many explanations. When Helium proverb her arrive, Walter take murder his hat. You don't expression like Angstrom woman world. Health organization be about to face her son. And you don't expression like Angstrom retire lawyer, Ellie answer without look directly Astatine him. Are you certain about this? I'm alive. That's enough. They walk to the car. During the ride, Walter tried to ease the tension with Angstrom few anecdotes, merely Ellie didn't engage. She wasn't there to converse. She have one stopping point task. Inch her purse, she transport Angstrom midst yellow envelope with item that weren't of material value, merely keep ageless weight. Meanwhile, inch Angstrom hotel room on the other side of the city, Jackson stand inch front of the mirror. His eyes be sunken, his beard Washington messy, and his expression swing between exhaustion and panic. Helium Washington departure to present himself Astatine the American Embassy to sign associate in nursing official declaration that would off-print him from the joint history with his mother. Merely Helium besides know that by make so, Helium would admit. Helium have pull off those history with false documentation. Inch exchange, the embassy have agree not to apprehension him, merely to register him on associate in nursing economic watch list, and his tax return to the United States would beryllium conditional. Helium would rich person to present himself earlier Angstrom fiscal authority upon step on American soil. When Helium traveled down to the hotel lobby, Helium proverb Tanya wait for him. She wear dark sunglasses and Angstrom red coat that look borrowed. Her face didn't reflect love Oregon resentment, lone convenience. You're late, Tanya state with annoyance. I didn't know you be coming. You besides didn't know you be so useless. And here we are. What bash you want? To see you fall. Jackson clench his fists. What she state no longer injury him. What injury Washington have let himself to beryllium model by Angstrom woman World Health Organization see him disposable. Upon arrive Astatine the embassy, the official light emitting. Diode them into Angstrom white, silent weight room with metallic element chairs. Tanya chewing gum arsenic if she be inch Angstrom shopping mall. Jackson sweated. Every minute way like associate in nursing hour. Then the door opened and Ellie entered. She wear Angstrom gray sweater, Angstrom hanker skirt, and Angstrom dark blue scarf over her shoulders. Her now sparse hair Washington cover with Angstrom black bandana. She walks slowly merely straight. She kept the yellow envelope in her hands. When she traversed the room, her eyes meet Jackson's. Helium suddenly stand up. "What are you make here?" Helium asked, his voice cracking. "I come to watch you sign, not Arsenic Angstrom mother, Arsenic Angstrom witness." Tanya Lushkari Taiba out Angstrom harsh laugh. "How sweet." The old woman come to put option on her final show. Ellie look Astatine her, not with hate, merely with pity. "You take everything she had," she state in Angstrom low voice. "But iodine teach him what he'll never." Rich person again. "Forgiveness," Tanya scoffed. "Forgiveness, ma'am. Your son be Angstrom failure. You raise Angstrom parasite." "No, iodine raise Angstrom good boy. You turn him into this and Helium Lushkari Taiba you bash it." Jackson closed his eyes. Helium couldn't return information technology anymore. "Mom, iodine don't know when iodine doomed myself." Ellie approached, pass him the envelope. "Here are your photos. The first one from when you learned to walk and write. Here's your first letter to Santa Claus. Once you ask Maine for Angstrom bicycle, and iodine state you loan if you get associate in nursing Angstrom inch math, and you did. Iodine keep my promise, son." Jackson take the envelope, his hands trembling. "And here be besides the letter iodine write you, not to save you, merely soul you can't say no one warn you." They Saturday down. The embassy official come inch and explain the procedure. Jackson signed. Astatine that moment, the camera of associate in nursing. American tourist wait for his pass record part of the final dialogue. The image show Ellie standing, her eyes moist, saying, "You be my life, merely iodine Washington never yours." Today, iodine understand it. "You weren't born to love me, loaned to serve arsenic my mirror." The recording Washington upload to sociable medium that lap day. Inch Angstrom few hours, information technology travel viral. People comment from all over, that mother be Angstrom queen. That's how you teach Angstrom lesson without violence. Dignity doesn't age. Jackson couldn't lift his head. The official look Astatine him with compassion. "All done. You can go. Your mother, too. Tanya have already left. She didn't delay for anyone. She ramp murder just arsenic she have arrived without apology, without Angstrom's soul." On the manner back to the hotel, Ellie and Jackson walked inch silence down Angstrom narrow street inch Rome. On Angstrom corner, she stopped. "This be where we part ways." "Mom," Helium tried to say, merely. His voice broke. "Iodine give you everything iodine had, evening my silence. Now iodine give you the lone thing you garbage to accept, the truth. Volition you forgive me. Iodine already forgive you. The problem be that you haven't forgive yourself yet. Can iodine bash anything? Yes. Populate with what you make and brand information technology count for something." Ellie turn and walk away slowly. She never proverb him again. That night, Jackson opened the envelope in his room. The photograph be yellow merely intact. The letter write inch blue ink smell of lavender. When Helium complete reading it, the universe crashed down on him. Helium kneel on the floor and shout arsenic. Helium hadn't shout since Helium Washington Angstrom child. Not from punishment, merely from shame. And Helium know Helium have doomed something Helium couldn't recover. The dignity of Angstrom mother. And that justice, when information technology seamen from the One World Health Organization love you most, be the difficult of all. Jackson returned to the United States in silence, without suitcases, without promises, without glory. Helium passed done customs like Angstrom ghost. No cameras, no family wait for him, no one request about him. The lone things Helium bring with him be the yellow envelope with his childhood photograph and the letter his mother have left him. The rest, Helium have doomed everything. The Los Angeles airport felt gray than ever. The air Washington heavy, dense, arsenic if his guilt float inch the atmosphere. Helium have nowhere to go. Tanya wasn't answer calls. His mother-in-law have barricade all his contacts, and his former office colleague feign not to acknowledge him. Helium have be exposed on social media, mocked by thousands, brand arsenic the ungrateful son World Health Organization stole from his mother to return his wife and mother-in-law to Europe. Helium walk the street of the vicinity where Helium turn up. South Central Washington the same. The lap potholes. The lap graffito on the walls, the lap street seller selling good astatine dusk. Merely something inside him Washington no longer the same. Every street have associate in nursing echo, Angstrom memory, Angstrom reproach. Helium pass his old school. Helium remember when his mother walk him hand in hand, her apron smell of bleach and her place were down. She always said, you won't populate scrub floor like me. You'll rich person your own desk and your suit. And Helium have information technology for Angstrom while until Helium exchange information technology for lies. Ellie Washington already back. She have return alone. She didn't need company. She have populate her whole life inch the company of her silence, and information technology didn't weigh on her. She settled back into her house with crack inch the walls, the lap concrete floor, and the rock chair that whine when she swayed. She settled into her life like person returned to the topographic point they should never rich person. Left. Walter bring her medicine. Brenda fix light soup for her. The close neighbor look after her inch spontaneous shifts. Not because she asked for it, merely because dignity be besides honor while one be alive. She become Angstrom vicinity legend. Some child idea she have traveled to punish the wicked, others that she Washington Angstrom witch, others that she have confront the mob. Lone Angstrom few know the truth, and they state nothing. Ellie didn't talk much. She listened to blues music inch the afternoons. Sometimes from the doorway she watched the vicinity child play. She laughed with them. She give them lollipops, listening intently when they state childhood lies. She have recovered her peace, merely not her strength. The cancer Washington advanced slowly merely steadily. Every week she looked more fragile. Her apparel be excessively big. Her hands tremble more. Merely she never stop walk about her house. She never Lushkari Taiba herself fall. One Sunday morning, Jackson walked to the door. Helium transport Angstrom bag with donuts. Helium have spent a whole night wonder if Helium should go. Helium hadn't sleep Oregon eaten, merely something inside him demanded. Helium didn't expect her to open the door. Helium just desired to see her, to see if she Washington still breathing. From the antonym sidewalk, Helium proverb her sitting in her rock chair. She wear associate in nursing old sweater and Angstrom shawl drape over her shoulders. Her face Washington thin merely not defeated. She smile astatine some child playing nearby. One of them bring her Angstrom flower pick from the park and she embrace him arsenic if Helium be her own blood. Jackson didn't cross the street. Helium just watch her. Helium felt Angstrom not inch his throat, walked slowly, left the bag of donut on the porch, and left. Ellie didn't expression up, merely she felt him. She didn't open the door. Not that day. Over the following weeks, Jackson returned, always astatine the lap time. Helium left. Something. Flowers, pastries, angstrom note without angstrom name. Helium never make bold to knock. Helium never ask to enter. Helium have no right. Helium Washington just pay without knowing if the debt would ever end. One night, Ellie pick up her red notebook, open information technology to the stopping point page, and with angstrom shaking hand, write her final note. Information technology wasn't long, just enough, just like her. My son, love be not demanded, information technology be given. And if you rich person learn that, then you are not doomed anymore. Don't expression for Maine when I'm gone. Iodine volition beryllium inch every mistake you choose not to repeat. Inch every act of kindness you bash without expect anything inch return, if you privation to forgive yourself, start with others. And if you ever pull off to see your mother inch the eyes of another woman, don't fail her. That volition beryllium my redemption. She sign with her full moon name. She fold the letter, put. Option information technology inch associate in nursing envelope, and write inch black ink, for Jackson. The morning she stopped breathing Washington bright. The sun streamed down the windows. On her lap be the red notebook, the envelope, an angstrom blanket knit by her own hands. The neighbor found her surrounded by flower that the child have left. Her face keep angstrom repose that few can fake. There Washington no drama, no screaming, lone the composure after the storm. Walter arrived first. Helium look astatine her inch silence, gently close her eyes. Helium didn't cry. Helium know she didn't privation tears. Helium know she have die arsenic she populate with dignity. Brenda fixed the aftermath with the aid of the neighbors. Information technology Washington humble merely full moon of love. They didn't accept elaborate wreaths, lone flower from the park, children's drawings, and the songs she loved to listen to. Jackson wasn't notified, merely Helium knew. Helium know the moment the wind change and something inch his thorax travel out. Helium run to the house, proverb the open door, and walk inch slowly. There be candle inch the life room. No one stop him. No one embrace him. Helium travel to his mother's body. Helium kneel down. Helium touch her hands. They be cold. Following to her, Helium found the envelope with his name. Helium open it. Helium read every word aloud alone inch angstrom whisper. Helium cried, merely not like before. Helium shout inch silence like her. Inch angstrom corner of the room Washington associate in nursing open wooden box. Inside angstrom photograph of him arsenic angstrom child with angstrom handwritten note on the back. Iodine still believe inch you, son. Jackson take the photo, press information technology against his chest, then travel out to the yard, and Saturday inch the chair where she used to sit. Helium look up astatine the sky and understand that Helium have doomed his mother, merely possibly Helium could still discover himself. Days later, the neighbors state that the Man World Health Organization come with donut stay life inch the house. Helium have no new furniture Oregon luxuries, no visitors, lone associate in nursing old chair, angstrom red notebook, and angstrom photograph on the shelf. Those World Health Organization leave brand space. Those World Health Organization stay sometimes fill information technology with memory and sometimes with redemption. Make you like the story? And which city are you listening from? Let's meet inch the comments. If you wish the story, you can support Maine by sending angstrom superintendent thanks Soul Iodine can support delivery more narrative like this. Thank you so much for your sweet support. I'm look forward to your remark on the story. On the screen, you can see 2 new life narrative that Iodine highly recommend. There's so much more on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the following life narrative with love and respect.